Survivor Series is just around the corner, but to make it to the pay-per-view, you've got to survive a Monday Night Raw. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. It is survival of the fittest. That's what you need to be. You need to be pretty damn fit in order to make it in to our top 5 Monday Night Raw moments. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. November 11th, 2002, from Cincinnati, Ohio. Who is coming in at number 5? Well, it is Goldust and his big, massive Golden Globe. So we had Goldust Booker T and reporter Gregory Helms. Backstage, Helms was asking Booker T for a little bit of a scoop. He wanted to know what Booker's thoughts were ahead of the Elimination Chamber, but looking at Goldust, I think he only had thoughts for the Hurricane. Booker T says that all he can think about is kicking Triple H's ass over the ring tonight, but Goldust steps in and he mentions that, his testicles are growing. But he's not actually on about testicles. He's not on about the fans. He's on about the Golden Globes. And he says that him and Helms would be a good tag team, I guess, because they both wear masks. I mean, it worked for Cade and Hurricane. They won the tag titles, so maybe Goldust. And, well, to be fair, Goldust doesn't wear a mask. He wears face paint.
Yeah, it's a face paint, black and gold.
I guess Hurricane has a bit of face paint under the mask, doesn't he?
He definitely does. The green, white, and black.
Maybe it can work. I don't know.
Maybe it can work. They're all freaks.
Is this a future tag team champion here? Goldust and...
Yeah, well, this match was supposed to happen at Survivor Series. Goldust and Helms teaming up against Storm and Regal, but I believe it gets canned at the last minute, so... Can I blame them? No, I mean, I can't really.
I mean, I don't know what's worse. The fact that Goldust and Helms were making the pay-per-view as a tag team, or the fact that Lance Storm and William Regal, who I don't think have won a match since splitting up for the Un-Americans, was going to make it.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just a weird...
I mean, there is fuck all going for William Regal and Lance Storm right now.
The Un-Americans.
Speaking of number 4, though, 2 guys that don't really often lose. HBK, Triple H, they're a little showdown before the pay-per-view, before Elimination Chamber. Shawn Michaels says he believes in retribution because it says it in the Bible somewhere. He talks about being in the first ladder match, talks about being in the first Hell in a Cell match, and the first marathon match. Why he didn't call it Ironman match, I have no idea, but it was a marathon. It was an hour plus another 6 minutes. So
we'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Sean, even though marathon sounds horrendous compared to Ironman.
I agree. I think if you said, I'm the marathon man, it might have sounded not too bad.
True, but I mean,
even saying I am the Iron Man, that sounds better than Marathon Man, doesn't it? Marathon Man sounds like a guy that, I ran a race and came first.
I know, but imagine if
Iron Man sounds like you fucking lasted the distance in hell.
Imagine he said, I won the over the top match, 95 and 96. I won the going up the loft, getting the Christmas lights down match against Ramon Razor. I mean, come on, Michael's son. We better mic rust here.
I won the first to drip blood match. Loses.
That one. But yeah, Michael's...
The red stuff.
You know what, he's fine God. I think he needs to find a wee bit of promo work as well. I mean, it was a good promo, but the marathon... I mean, watching like this almost kills it for me.
I think Shawn Michaels has got a knack of doing this at times. He'll say something that isn't necessarily true. He'll just use his own vocabulary.
He said it in an NWO promo a couple months ago, didn't he?
I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was
I think it was something referring to like Nash. He said he definitely did. I can't put my finger on it, but he definitely said something that was outdated.
So something for about 5-6 years ago.
Besides Bret Hart didn't get mentioned. I won the first ever Screwjob Montreal match.
Screw your opponent over with a dodgy referee
I think
match.
Triple H buried Michaels though here, but yeah. Good Judgment's going at Survivor Series. I can see why Triple H is getting his licks in.
Remember when Cena just won the Elimination Chamber match and McMahon came out and said, raise the cage, damn it. And Jerry Lawler says he wants him to raise the Elimination Chamber. And then McMahon says, I said raise the cage, damn it. It's almost like McMahon heard Jerry King Lawler in that moment.
It was, but what relevance that got to this?
Well, I mean, Michael said it was a marathon match, and technically McMahon was wanting the cage to be lifted, where in fact it was the chamber.
Yeah, but it's not like McMahon came out here and went, fuck you, Michaels.
No, but you're saying that Michaels is pissed for using the word marathon match. instead of Iron Man. I'm saying McMahon used the word cage instead of chamber.
Aye, but I can forgive that. It's a cage-like system.
Anyway, let's
people people would probably say raise the cage, referring to a Hell in a Cell too.
Speaking of raising the chamber, Eric Bischoff comes out and he raises the stakes. He tells us the rules of the match: 2 miles of solid steel, and basically
36,000 tons, buddy.
Yeah, 36,000 tons.
Actually, no way. I think it was 36,000 tons would be a fucking insane amount.
Yeah, that would crush even the Big Show, I think.
Well, he's 7'2". You know, 2 people start, 4 pods, 5-minute intervals. Bischoff sold this. He doesn't need a techno voice like Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, imagine Stephanie coming out and explaining the rules.
4 people, 4 pods, 2 guys, 1 ring. It would sound like Brokeback Mountain. Techno version, man, but
Bischoff, I had a guy, but you're not capable of being the guy.
No, you're not. Whoa, I mean, honestly, Bischoff...
You are not the guy.
Bischoff can just make this work. Stephanie sucks, I'm sorry. She's just night and day. Night and day.
Coming at number 2, we have Stevie Richards. How the hell is Stevie Richards featuring in the second place in a top 5 moments? Though?
Because he got humiliated. He got bent over. He got spanked. Not by the person he wanted to spank him, no. It was the testicles spanked Stevie Richards.
Yeah, so Stevie Richards wants some motivation for Stacey, since she is a great motivator. She's a great marketing director or whatever, marketing person. She's been working wonders for Test. Stevie Richards wants Stacey to market him. However, she says, I can't. At the moment, I've got my hands full with the testicles, and, you know, nice wee verbiage here. Stevie Richards is like, well, it's a shame that you can't market me, you can't be my manager, but can you at least give me some motivation for the tag team match tonight? And Stacey's like, sure, what do you want me saying? Stevie Richards is like, I don't want you to say I don't want you to say anything. And he bends over and he gives Stacey a Singapore cane, and he basically wants Stacey to whip him in the ass with the Singapore cane, but Test walks in and grabs the cane and hits a home run on Stevie Richards. Stevie Richards then squeals and crawls about on the floor. Stacey laughs, and then she says to Test, it's my turn. And then she bends over, and the camera definitely... It ended too quickly here, 100%.
It definitely did, but I tell you what, Stevie Richards' role here, Tommy Dreamer-esque, D'Lo Brown sort of level. You wouldn't see Undertaker bending over here, would you?
No,
you just wouldn't. I mean, Stevie Richards talks about how his wage was shit back in the day. This is what everybody in AEW should have him be fucking doing, man. All these bums. It's a joke that Stevie Richards was on peasant wages, isn't it? Dr. Stevie.
No, I mean, it was, but I think Stevie Richards needs to accept where he was at the time on the card.
No, he does, but I think it's a disgrace. Current state of wrestling. It's never been worse, but they're getting paid more.
I like Stevie Richards, but for me to say that he should have been anything other than a lower mid-card guy at best during this era, I think would just be straight up lies. I like the role that he's in, and hopefully he was getting paid a decent wage.
Do you think he couldn't have been anything more than a lower mid-carder? He couldn't even be on like the level of a Chavo.
I would say Chavo's a lower mid-carder.
Yeah, but he's in with Guerrero.
That's because he's teaming with Guerrero right now. Let's see what he is when Eddie dies. He'll be fucking nowhere, apart from maybe a couple of wins a game at the beginning.
ECW champion, mate.
WrestleMania
matches against Kane.
7 seconds yet.
Oh, Sir Richard.
Oh, 7 seconds. Oh, Javito. Don't beat me in 7 seconds, I say. I mean, come on. Anyway, coming in at first place, we have Triple H versus Booker T. Not because the match was necessarily great. Let's be honest, Booker T hasn't really been doing much for me as of late. But it was the brawl after it. I feel like from time to time, maybe you have to wait a year or two, but WWE tend to do these finishes going into pay-per-views where you do get really exciting brawls. And I mean, this one kind of reminded me of the whole Survivor Series one, but obviously on a much lesser scale.
This is Survivor Series.
Aye, well, the 2001 Survivor Series match. Now, obviously, this one, that's a year to this day, actually. Obviously, This one wasn't as good, but it was interesting to see all 6 members of the Chamber match plus Ric Flair just brawling at ringside, and it was a little bit comical because every time somebody hit a move, they'd land on Kane. Pretty sure Jericho did like an enziguri on Booker T and just stepped on Kane's nuts, and then Booker T did a missile drop kick off the top rope and landed on fucking Kane. It's like every time somebody did a move, they just... I know, and Kane wouldn't move it the bloody way, it was awkward.
Yeah,
it's like why not fucking roll to the ropes or something,
like,
Kane?
if you pay attention to the one in 2001, there's a spot where I think Angle does the Angle Slam on Big Show and Taker moves the chair with his leg. Do you remember that? To protect Big Show? Do you not remember that?
I think I do remember that.
Right, so that's Taker being a ring general. And let's be, there's a lot of guys in this spot where, what's the excuse for them not to, like, land on Kane 10 times in a row? I can accept once, twice. I mean, we're talking a good 5 times.
But also, Kane's a big guy. You can argue that him lying in the middle of the ring's taking up a lot of fucking space.
Aye, so it's his fault then?
I think it was, I
think it's all... Yeah, because it's rolling.
But maybe he wanted to pretend he was knocked out rather than rolling. Maybe he wanted to be flat on his back so he could do the sit.
Splashes, legs, arms.
I get it. He probably wants to do the sit-up scene. I get that. But I think he could have been a little bit further away from the centre of the ring.
Aye, no, he could.
I mean, when you're Kane size and you're lying in the ring, it does make it hard for 5 other guys to fucking wrestle in that ring and not land on top of you.
No, absolutely. And that is the
problem. If Kane was Hornswoggle, he might have been alright.
100%, but Kane, a bit sloppy. You know, it was like a poor man's attempt at last year's, but it was still good. We'll
find out though. I mean, Jericho finished it on top, steel chair shot to Michaels. Will Jericho be on top though come the end of Survivor Series? We will find out, guys. But that's it. That's it for Monday Night Raw. It was an okay Raw, but I'm sure Survivor Series will blow it away. And interesting to see what happens coming out of Survivor Series, because we have the debut of Big Papa Pump, and who knows, we might even have a new World Heavyweight Champion too, so make sure you tune in to find out what happens on the next episode of Monday Night Raw. But that's it, guys, for Fog Wrestling. Catch you in the next one. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and until then, peace.